How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. This is gonna be the first one. This is the first self-aware podcast because now we've released them
There
and
are episodes out in the public. At the
uh-huh.
time of this release, um, three episodes are out, two are public, one is still currently a Patreon exclusive. And you can get on that Patreon exclusive right now by going to the link down below and signing up. We have three different options. One is our Just the Podcast $5. You get early access ad free, don't have to worry about having that YouTube premium and you can hear the podcast. You can also do our $25 behind the scenes look, which gets you a early access in early access to merch, and once a month, Nate and I are going to be doing a Zoom with all of our behind the seats patrons, which by the way we have to book for February this year.
Okay.
And then if you want to go nuts, if you want the absolute most intimate kind of experience you can have with Nate and I, you can sign up for the VIP. And actually, we
With
have
that
somebody who
voice you
signed
were
up.
doing, it sounded a little more intimate than what's
Yeah,
actually available.
you do get you get an hour of time with us once a quarter to be able to hang out on Zoom and discuss
Chit
things.
chat.
And we
Yeah.
actually have somebody who is signed up for VIP, and we are negotiating what day is going to work out for everybody right now.
Great.
So yeah, yeah, and I'm excited. I think I've got a couple ideas for our first merch, which will be coming out later in the spring. And I just need you to take a look at it and okay it, and then
All right.
things are happening, things are moving. So yeah,
Things are gonna start happening to me now.
yeah.
Do you know what that's from?
I don't.
What's that line from? It's the
Tell
jerk.
us in the comments.
He gets.
Post.
I already blew it.
Yeah, never mind. Never mind. You go
Things are
to.
gonna start happening to me now.
I did not remember that until you said that was from the jerk, and
Hmm.
now I feel like a jerk because I should have
He,
remembered that.
he gets his name in the phone book. The
Yes.
phone book's here. The phone book's here. Yep. Things are gonna start happening to me now. Loser, absolute, average, and the guy comes to shoot him. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
do. Yeah.
All right, all
Absolutely.
right,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
That was my
This
absolute
one's
favorite
faulty.
movie.
This
Yeah,
one's faulty too.
he hates these cans.
The Jerk is a great movie. And if you
Yeah.
haven't seen The Jerk, you should go watch it and then come back and re-enjoy this segment all over again. Yes.
The movie poster was on my wall when I was a kid. It was my favorite movie for a very long time.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know it was like when you say you were a kid, like 8?
Uh, yeah, 10, 12, somewhere in
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
We used to go to the movie store in town, and they'd have the bin of movie posters that had, been new releases and now were not, and they would put them in the little discount bin, and you could pick movie posters.
oh, that's
I had
really cool.
Harlem Nights up on my wall for a long time.
Wait,
That
Harlem
was
Nights as in the
Eddie Murphy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Eddie Murphy
Okay.
and Richard Pryor, right?
Yeah, it's a great movie. I'm surprised it's a movie you were allowed to see.
When I was, yeah, oh yeah, no, I was raised on television and VHS tapes.
Okay.
Both parents were working, so yeah, I would
Understood.
I was just glued to the television around the clock. We didn't have cable, so we would rent movies, and yeah, that was my way of ingesting. And by high school, we were some friends and I would always stick to the film section and get some really cool foreign films and read subtitles. And yeah, for a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, that's, I don't know. Maybe kids are doing that these days. I don't know. It
It
was
feels like you had a
myself and a
pretty
small group of
solid
friends. It
film
was our
school.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, just naturally interested in yeah. I think we did. I mean that was my film school. I didn't take acting classes right up through. I mean I was in my 20s before I took my first acting class, I think.
Who was your class with?
Oh, Were you
Yeah, no, we've got a
frozen or were
delay.
you just incredibly still? Oh,
A little bit
okay.
of
Because you're
both.
just
You had
very
a
frozen.
we had a glitch in the Matrix, and you froze, and I thought you were
Um,
pausing, so then I started talking, and then you started talking, but you weren't moving, and then it caught back up. So I felt like I was interrupting you, but then you must have heard me late, and so technology is wonderful.
well, someday we'll get that heavy duty technology going,
I know, right?
and hopefully that'll
Well,
be a
okay.
non-issue.
For people who may not know, I've recently moved, and our internet
Yay!
provider is very different than the one we had before. And while the house
Hmm.
we were living in before was ancient and falling apart, the place we're in now is fancy and nice, but the
Horrible
internet
internet, huh?
is regular corporate standard standard suburban internet. And so my
Hmm.
download speed, fantastic, fantastic. But my upload speed went from 200 megabytes a second to 35,
Whoa.
which is
Yeah, that's
probably,
harsh.
yeah,
And
it's,
this is an apartment now, so you don't
yeah.
have options at
Uh,
all, right?
Portland is different than Southern California. We don't have mini monopolies or localized monopolies. So everywhere has multiple options for internet. Um,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but
because
the
my building has the one and you don't get to choose.
yeah,
There's no
I
fiber optic availability, none of that.
that's the problem. There's
Mm.
fiber everywhere else that we've lived, and this is the
Mhm.
first place we've lived in Portland that just hasn't gotten its fiber yet. It
Yeah.
sucks. It
Yeah,
sucks. I didn't
there
realize how much
there
I
are
would.
no intentions of doing that here, apparently. So,
I don't know that
yeah.
they'll have a choice because eventually the line just has to get cut. But I mean, that's a whole different subject. We will talk
Eventually,
about
yeah.
internet technology later because
What were
I'm
we
event
talking about?
stimulating. Oh, by the way,
Movies.
okay, you know, back in episode 2 when you were worried about
Like it was yesterday.
yeah, well, since it's been posted, you could have checked it out yesterday. But we one of the things that we did for promotion was the short where you said, "Is this any good? Are we just talking about the weather?" And we have had so many people who have responded to that, especially on the YouTube thread, who have been like, "This is good. It's my new favorite thing." And then when we were talking about like niche interests and how we're old, we like these things. We have had so many people who have been like, "Well, I don't know. I read this German book about foreign politics, and that's interesting to me." And
How
like
old was that
every
person?
22 mentioned it in the
Wow.
comment. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got
So
some
yeah,
smart kids
we
coming
got
up.
some smart folks. Yeah. But it was neat to see people responding to the idea of like us talking about the weather, which is actually how I refer to it in the show notes.
Mhm.
And it turns out that's exactly what people want.
Well, on that note, we're gonna have some rain here in
We're
sunny
getting
Southern
snow.
California,
This is
and
not to
and
one up you, but we're getting snow.
and just for the people at home, what is the date of recording here?
The date of recording is February 15th,
Okay,
2026, the day
so
after
not,
Valentine's Day.
and that's not, I mean,
It's not too
snow's
much later,
expected.
but last year we got it in April.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and so I would not like that this year. I'm
When I was
good.
a kid, we had two very snowy Halloweens. And
Really?
yeah, it was too cold and too snowy to trick or treat.
That sucks.
We had two of those. I think they closed school that day and everything.
What year was that?
Ah, 90-ish,
Okay.
somewhere around 90.
Okay. So, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't ever remember snow in October.
Minnesota people will know in the comments. Minnesota
Right.
people will know exactly when that was. And
They're going to be
yep.
like, June 17th in
Hmm.
1988, the snow fell in the middle of summer.
We've had our record warmest days come through. I think we had one at least, but possibly two record warmest days for the winter come through here in Burbank,
Oh,
um,
wow.
and Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a
I-
meme it, right after Christmas, like right around the New Year, that said, "Why are you asking kids what they want to be when they grow up? It was 60 degrees on Christmas. Wait, why are you asking kids what they want to be when they grow up when it was 60 degrees on Christmas? These kids ain't growing up." And it was like, that's dark.
Yeah,
That's real
that's dark.
dark.
Yep.
One thing that I noticed is that we tend to get off on these subjects pretty early as I've been editing the episodes.
Hmm.
The first few episodes, we had our like bullet points and
Our
placing
outline for the
bumpers and
day.
stuff like that. And
Hmm.
then very quickly, it devolves into um, it just conversation, which is
Yeah.
understandable since that was kind of the genesis of this all. Um, but
Well, I think we devour single bullet point for an hour or so, is
That's
what
about right.
happens. And
That's
we go
about right.
off on all the tangents that,
Yeah,
uh,
go
you
along
know,
with it.
but we come back to whatever that one bullet point was out of the six or seven you had for the hour. And that's just us,
Yes, it's how it works. It's how it
Yeah.
works.
That
Is
just
there?
means we have more for later. Uh, Natanya came up with the idea. Just tonight, we should do one episode in the future with our dogs.
Oh,
We could
yeah.
talk Arlo and Lucy.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Arlo is a
Yeah,
little camera shy, but uh we can make that happen.
we
We
go
can make
sit
that
on the
happen.
floor in the living room or something.
Yeah,
Where
we've
does he
got
like to hang out
he
with you?
well, he doesn't like to hang out with me. He likes to hang out with Renee.
Well,
And
we'll have to have
so,
Renee there as
yeah,
the dog wrangler.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Arlo flying in. Um, but he likes to be on the bed with her and he likes to be on the couch. And we got a new couch um, when we moved. And it finally has enough space for all three of us to be on the couch at the same time.
nice.
Um, but Arlo has decided that there is a very specific spot on the couch that is his.
Mm.
And he will whine and bark at Renee or anybody if they're in it
Hmm.
until they move, and then he gets up and he curls into a ball, and he looks at you like, I can't believe you stole my spot,
Mm.
you son of
Which
a
part of
bitch.
the couch? It's not
It's
the corners, is it?
it is the corner. Yeah,
Oh
it's the
man.
right corner,
See,
right.
if it were the center, I'd be like, yeah, go for it, buddy.
Yeah,
But I
no,
need something to lean on.
that's what his deal is. He
I'm in
wants
the
to
corner of the
be.
couch myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
Arlo would not
I
appreciate.
will growl at whoever comes near it.
You have the same position that Arlo likes on
Hmm.
our couch. Yeah,
Yeah, and I see it. I see
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I don't blame him at all.
It's a good time. I've also noticed as I've been editing these episodes, I have a certain number of catchphrases that I resort to that are used too often.
What
And
do you
I
got?
need to.
What are
Uh,
they? I
it's
haven't
a good
noticed.
time. That's fair.
Ah,
Exactly.
that's fair. I recognize that one. Yeah,
Yeah. Which is,
interesting. And
it's
mine,
a,
interesting. I say a lot. I know that.
it,
You probably
I have not been paying
have a
as much
bunch of
attention
those.
to you because I've been embarrassed by my own,
I get
uh,
that.
yeah,
Story
yeah.
checks out.
Editing these episodes has been such a like, uh, of the veil has been removed about what I must look like in regular conversation with people.
Yeah,
Because
that's why I don't want to watch it, Curtis. I was this very, very self-conscious kid. I barely said a word because I was so afraid of being embarrassed and all that. And I got over it in my teens, and now it's creeping back in. So yeah, I don't want to watch it. That's part of why I never watched Sabrina.
mm,
You
mm.
know,
Well, even when you were
I didn't
at
want to
the
get stuck in my head that
that's
going back to work after that because I would have for sure.
that's understandable.
Is it good?
No, I totally get that. I totally get that. There were times uh, I do not share the same uh, reluctance to view things. I
Hmm.
want to see it, and part of
Hmm.
that is the same is the same driver that you have for not wanting to watch it. I get
Hmm.
in my head not knowing how it turned out
Yeah.
because I want to know that it came
Came
across
across the
the
way
way
you
I
felt.
intended it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so there are a lot of performances that I watched back at the time
Hmm.
that I didn't like. And I would be
Yeah.
like, oh, it didn't work. It didn't
Hmm.
work the way I
Hmm.
wanted it to.
I agree with that if I'm the one editing it,
Mm,
because then I will scrub through for the best take. But when it's on a show and I have absolutely no control, uh, I go with the moment. I feel how it feels in the moment. Um, they say acting is reacting, so I'm focused more on the other person and whatever the character is, and for myself, and then I just let it go, and I don't want to see it and get that mindset of, oh, it didn't work, or it did,
well,
unless I'm seeing it on the spot and
yeah.
okay, let's do another one. I see what how it didn't play. I can adjust and fix that, but that's very ship in a bottle, you know what I mean? Um, and you don't always have that opportunity. So if it's something I don't have control over, I don't want to see it.
Something to be said for time passing though,
Yeah,
because I've rewatched a few things
I know I'm
lately.
about to agree with this, so I'm just gonna
Yeah,
preemptively start nodding.
all of a sudden the things that I didn't like at the time
Hmm.
are now I get it. Now I see. One in particular that sticks out to me is Squirrel, which is a movie available on Tubi for free. And
Good to know. I'm gonna watch it when we're done here.
yeah, it's a good couple hours of you get to see me for about an hour and a half be a
Great.
cult leader. And
Oh, that's awesome. Really?
yeah,
Oh my God. It's called Squirrel and it's on
Squirrel.
Tubi.
It's on Tubi.
All right.
It's by HCT Media. And actually, this isn't for you people. This is for me and Nate. Um, you actually need to meet Jordan and Tara and Matt Glass. They are really great filmmakers, wonderful indie folks. They
Yeah, I would
do
love
really
that.
good work, and they're just cool people to know.
Mhm.
And so yeah, they're
Yeah, I don't get out much, so I rely on you to give me. I mean, our buddy Ahimu, man, what an awesome dude.
isn't he
Like
cool?
he's so smart and so fun to be around.
Yeah.
And it's just like there's not enough of him in life, you know what I mean?
I am
There needs
really
to be
glad that you
more
guys
Ahimus.
all connected so well
Yeah. Shout
because
out to Ahimu. Hope you're
yeah.
doing well, buddy. And you just brought him over on a fluke. He was leaving work on a long drive home, and this just happened to be on the way. We had dinner, and I'm always a little apprehensive about meeting somebody for the first time, especially in a group environment. And what an amazing personality.
He's a pretty great guy. He's a
Yeah.
pretty great guy. And he's got a sister too who used to work at Disney and she's also an actress and uh she's pretty great too. It's a
Yeah.
pretty solid family there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry to tangent, but
Yeah.
so you're talking about the Glass family, or was
Oh,
just one of them named Glass?
just one of them. Just one of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Jordan, Tara, and Matt. And if you look up IMDb, you'll be able to see everybody. But
They were
yeah,
involved with Squirrel.
they were the creators of and
Great.
producers
Can't
and
wait to see it.
directors. So yeah, um,
Three directors, huh?
two directors,
Two
three
directors.
producers.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt
Nice.
and Jordan always work together when they do projects together,
Cool.
and Matt has a real eye for shooting. Jordan really understands what he's looking for from his actors and like mood and
So
everything.
they mesh well in
They
that
mesh really well.
environment.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And then Matt is also a very, very talented musician and does the score for a lot of things.
Hmm.
When I was working for Pandemony, we actually hired him to do uh, uh, like BGM and music for some of the commercials and uh, 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 reels that we were doing for the toys before we actually launched. And so that was it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah.
But watching Squirrel Back, the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, maybe this was the wrong choice. Maybe this entire way that I did this was the wrong choice.
Mm.
It's bold, it was a big choice, and I think I would do it differently now. And
Hmm.
when we were back in California, this last trip, we forgot. Normally, we bring a Fire Stick. Don't buy from Amazon, but we already had them. A Fire Stick, so we could just bring our TV to Renee's parents' house, and we could
Hmm.
just plug in, and we don't have to worry about it. Everything's already got all of our accounts and everything on it, so
Right.
we just watch our TV wherever we're at. And we totally forgot it. I disconnected it from its place and I meant to pack it and I forgot. And so we were just stuck. So we were stuck with what TV was there on the thing. And Tubi was one of the few things that we had access to. And I was like, you know what? I haven't watched Squirrel in a while. I've got 2 hours. Let's do it. Let's do it. And with age, now I watch it. I'm like, no, that's that. There's a reason Jordan didn't stop me. There's a reason he
Mhm.
let me go. Worked out. That was good. That was
Yeah.
good. That was a long way around the garden to get to.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
I love these stories, man. I like learning how your brain ticks, you know what I mean? Like, because we have the exact same mindset about a lot of things. And when you're a child actor, you think you're the Lone Ranger, you know? You think
Hmm.
every problem or every self-destructive thought process you have is it's just you and everybody else knows what they're doing and I'm a fraud and all this stuff. And then you start talking shop with people as you get older. You know, back then you'd have the conversation and people would just lie. They'd be like, "Oh
Right.
no, I'm fine,"
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know.
Put that
Uh,
armor up.
and
Just
now, yeah, and
yeah.
now that time has passed, people let down their walls a little bit, and you discover that everybody was going through the same thing.
Oh
Didn't matter
no.
what tier you were at either, you know.
For real.
Everybody. I mean, even Melissa has told me and told the public, so it's not
Right.
like I'm
It's not a secret.
outing her on anything. But yeah, I mean, she had that same sort of struggle. Yeah,
I, I remember the first time I had this conversation with Jenna,
yeah,
and
Jenna as well.
because
Yeah.
didn't imagine that. Why would she have that thought? You know,
Hmm.
same thing with you. But yeah, I just remember that blowing my mind. Um, and this is all just to concur with what you just said.
Yeah, and there's a whole lot of if I knew then what I know now,
For
you know,
real.
things would have been so much more enjoyable and relaxed rather than, "Ugh," you know,
Hmm.
every day was like,
Hmm.
oh, am I gonna get fired today? How am I gonna screw this up?
You are
And it was
preaching
just
so
never
much
a
truth
thing,
right now.
right? It was all in our heads.
Yeah. Paula was always so nice to me. And I remember one night when we were still at Universal, we were both walking back to the parking lot at the same time.
And still at Universal means first
Oh,
season.
sorry, first season.
Yeah.
Yeah, first season,
Yeah.
Sabrina.
First season was
I'm
at
forget
Universal. The
I'm
rest of them
forgetting.
were at Paramount.
I'm
Yeah.
forgetting it's not just you and me having a conversation now.
Right, right. But that's what people dig, right? Fly on
Right?
the wall
It's
for,
true.
yeah, for
It's
this.
true. They told us so in the comments.
And you're going to get much more of that.
Right.
We'll
Um,
try to keep you caught up on what we're talking
what we're
about as
doing,
we
yeah,
go. Yeah.
eventually. And if we forget, just tag us and just be like, "Oh, what
Talk
was
about
that?
it.
What was the
Yeah.
thing?" At the universal symbol
Explain.
for typing that I've got underneath the camera, I'm so good at this. I'm so good. This is why I'm a director half
I
the
did
time.
this to say, we're
Rolling.
rolling, like shh, and they're like, "What the hell is this?" The 20 somethings.
It's,
It's
you
the
can't even say like the
rolling.
dog pound because they don't know that either.
Right, right.
Yeah. If you remember the dog pound, F in the chat. And F in the chat is even so old, they're gonna be like, what's F in the chat?
I
Um,
don't know what that means.
oh really? Oh, that's an internet thing. But you don't
Yeah.
internet.
Mm-mm.
No. You've never been uh internet guy.
I'm not, yeah, I'm not internet
Yeah.
savvy. I'm barely holding up the outer net over here, you know? I mean, truthfully,
Could you describe the outer net for me
the
real
outer
quick?
net,
What is the outer
everything
net?
that is not,
Oh,
all
okay.
my analog life is,
Okay.
I'm barely keeping that together. So,
Okay. That
yeah,
that that makes sense. That
my
I
digital life is always on the back burner, and I'm trying to change that. Trying to, yeah,
Well,
trying to
and you
change that.
picked a
Here we are.
terrible time. You picked a terrible time to decide to be on the internet because the internet is burning and
Yeah.
everything is wrong with it.
Hmm.
I'm going to finish this story just for you people because I just remembered that I didn't finish this story. Paula Hart was great. And every time we were in a position where she and I were like around each other, she always made the best effort to make conversation and was always like pleasant and had
Welcoming.
curious questions. Absolutely. And my uh imposter syndrome ass was always like, why is Paula talking to me? Oh my God. How do I answer these
She's gonna
questions?
fire me.
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna I'm gonna sound like an idiot.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. And that's part of adolescence,
Yeah.
becoming an adult. That's part of,
And
every it's natural, it's normal.
I was so used to be I like to this day, like being primarily a guest star, you show up and then you go home and nobody
That's the
really gets to
worst.
know you. So
Yeah.
I had gotten very, very I'm still used to that. That's still like yeah, that's
Oh,
still my
I did
thing.
some one-offs.
Yeah.
I did one-offs on other shows, and yeah, you feel like yeah,
It's like you're
I don't even,
trespassing almost.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're jumping into this fine-tuned machinery, and you feel like you're just a loose bolt just getting thrown in the cog, and you're gonna break the whole system that they've got going because you're fly by the seat of your pants. You're trying to find their rhythm and get their rhythm down so the show flows, and then just as soon as you started, you're done, and then the next thing is completely different. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. You
And
are
that
not
was
wrong.
predominantly your career.
Yeah.
uh
Yeah.
I,
Although,
I
okay.
I was so lucky to have that 6 years, well, to be fair, 4 years that were very solid, and be a part of that machinery that is fine tuned and everybody has their syncopated rhythm going.
Yeah.
And just having that, I think, helped me adapt to other one-off shows when I was okay, it's the different rhythm from what we have. This guy does it this way, and she's like this, and so I'm just gonna flow in here about this level. And I don't know if any of that just made sense,
I
but
got it. I don't know if the people got it. If you didn't get it, mention it in the comments.
oh man,
Honestly, I think that's part of the reason why I enjoyed smoking so much when I was working back in the
yeah,
day, because I would spend a lot of because then smoking was still so prevalent
oh
that
yeah,
you could get to know people on the smoking patio.
yep.
And so it became really easy to like get to how much easier was it to be able to get to know somebody and then all of a sudden once you've become people to each other,
Hmm.
then it's like, oh, I've got a little bit more rhythm.
I mean,
I
that and the craft service table were your
uh-huh.
only like times to real face-to-face time
And
with
they were the
anyone.
great equalizers
Yeah.
because you were all there for the same thing for the same amount of time and there was no priority at craft service or the smoking patio.
Oh, and the makeup room.
Yes.
Getting hair and makeup done next to somebody, you would be able to chat with them.
Yes.
Uh, Johnny Mathis was sitting next to me in the makeup chair, and I got to hang out and talk to him.
My mom would
And
literally tear you out of that seat if
Steve
she had the option.
Allen at the craft service table. He was just sitting in a director's chair at the craft service area, and I was just getting some snacks, and we talked for 10 minutes or so.
When was Steve Allen on the show?
He had one episode, possibly just one line. I wasn't in the scenes with them. And that's
Oh,
the other thing. Like, I got to meet all these great actors. I didn't have scenes with them. Uh,
you should have been a
Dick
witch.
got to meet Dick Van Dyke, but I wasn't working with him, you
Right?
know?
Oh God, did they?
I
You
never
know
had a
what?
scene with George Wendt, to the best of my knowledge.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh. Oh, actually, that
but
does make sense.
George Wendt, his trailer was far away, and they made him walk back. I was like, "Take my trailer while you're here, because it's right next to the door." And so we chatted for 10, 15 minutes about nothing.
Mm, mm.
Um, yeah. So craft service, smoking cigarettes, and
And
the
the
hair and
makeup
makeup
trailer.
room. You would
Yeah.
get one-on-one time with people, and those were really the only times you got to do that.
Should I tell my fun celebrity story uh
Yes.
yeah? Okay, okay. Did the movie Envy back in the day, and all of my scenes were with Christopher Walken.
Wow.
So I'm in the makeup trailer, and I've got to let you know, like, Envy had a bit of a tense production life. And this has all been talked about in the world, so I'm not spilling any tea here. But the script was going through pretty steady rewrites all the time.
Hmm.
And I was supposed to work for a day, but I ended up getting working for a week because the scenes kept changing. And so there was a lot of change going on. Um, but that first night, I went in and I was in the makeup trailer and hanging out, and Christopher Walken came in and sat down because it was time for him to get ready too. And everybody got quiet. And you remember what a makeup trailer is like. It is a hub of activity, and
Hmm.
everybody's moving around, everybody's laughing. Like, I love the makeup trailer on a shoot. It's a good time. Um, but everybody got silent when he came in. It was like
It
the
must have been
gravitas of
surreal.
his career kind of
Hmm.
flowed in with him.
Oh yeah.
And then somebody walked up and said, "Here's your tea, Mr. Walken," and gave him just a cup of tea. And you could tell that he could tell that everybody was acting weird around him.
Because of him. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So he picks up the tea and he looks at it and he goes, "Hmm, tea. Tea makes me pee." And it made the entire makeup trailer laugh. And then
Hmm.
after that, everything went back to normal.
Back to normal.
And
Wow.
yeah. And
Crazy.
so yeah, it was crazy. It was yeah. And
Chamomile.
in that movie, I actually do you remember the AMC Pacer that I had for Suspicious Minds? In Suspicious Minds, I have an orange AMC Pacer that was on the stage. And Gordy's car was the exact same car that my character had in Envy.
Literally the exact same
Literally
show
the exact
car.
same car. That show car
Wow.
rented from the same place. Yeah, yeah.
That's do you think it's possible that somebody did that on purpose?
No, they just wanted a pacer.
Just
They wanted a
happened to
pacer.
be.
It just happened. I just don't think there are that many pacers
That's
that are
so
available
weird.
for show rental. So yeah, but it was crazy because I got back in the car and I was like, uh, it looked like the car, but like I know this car. This is rigged up.
Your joint was still in the ashtray.
But it was wild to have that be a thing. So yeah, yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
Actors, we're just like you. Uh,
We're not just like Christopher Walken, that's
no,
for
we are
sure, but
not. No, we are not.
that's
However,
apparent when you
tea
enter a
also
makeup
does
trailer.
make me pee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's so wild. First pilot I did out there before Sabrina,
Mm.
uh, it was Nell Scovell's pilot. She was our
Mm.
producer when Sabrina
Are
started.
you allowed to say what the show was, the pilot was?
I don't think that would be a problem. It was called Prudy and Judy, and Prudy was Laura Bell Bundy, and Judy was Jackie Tone,
Oh, wow.
um,
Okay.
who both went on to do amazing things. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was there. They were the stars of this show. They played teenagers who had their own public access show. So almost like having a podcast or something today.
Right.
But back then it was a public access show, and I was Laura Bell Bundy's brother in it, and Alan Thicke played our dad.
That's
Will
a really
Scott
solid
was
cast.
in it as well. Yeah, it was a wild time. Um, so I was waiting. I was actually homeless at the time that I got that job. I was living in a friend of a friend's van, and so they put me up as out of town, and they put me up at the Hollywood Roosevelt. And now I'm starting to think maybe I've told this story to you before on the, but
It has not come up
not
in the
ringing a bell
edit,
so
is
far.
all I'm saying. I mean, we've talked
Um,
about your adventures at Oakwood.
okay, so I was
But
waiting.
not
This
this
is after
specifically.
Oakwood,
Yeah.
but before Sabrina, and
Yeah.
I was waiting at the hotel for my car to pick me up and take me to the studio where we filmed it, which I think was Sunset Gower, if I remember that correctly. But
If you were at the Roosevelt, it would have been Sunset Gower.
also waiting for his car was Robert England,
That's
and I had to sleep in my parents' bed when I was 4, 5, 6 years old because I had just watched Nightmare on Elm Street with a bunch of friends. Had to get picked up from the sleepover because I couldn't sleep and I was feeling sick. So I got to tell him all that. I said, "You really terrified me when I was a kid, and I had to sleep in my parents' bed after watching your movie." And he reached out and shook my hand, and I said, "Yeah, you really scared the shit out of me." And he shook my hand and he went, "Thank you very much." And goosebumps up my arms. I think I shat myself just a little. Oh man.
that's great. Oh, that's the good
Yeah,
stuff.
I know
That's the
I've
good
told you,
stuff.
like my very first year in Hollywood was just packed full of bizarre moments, and that was one of them.
Dude,
That's
the legend of living at Oakwood for so many young actors
yeah.
is something I don't think a lot of people understand. I know they touched on it a little bit in Soleil Moon Frye's
Mhm.
documentary, but it really, really doesn't capture just how much that apartment complex was a, a key component to
Mhm.
the late 80s and into the early 2000s
It's a
of,
massive apartment complex. I think
yeah.
each building had 3 floors and it was labeled A through Z. So
Hmm.
36 buildings, clubhouse, 2 pools. I mean, it's a sprawling area and it just happens to be directly in between Hollywood and the Valley.
And
So,
right next to Universal Studios
yep,
and Warner Brothers, like they meet at the
yep.
corner where Oakwood is.
And
And
Paramount's not too far from there. I mean, all of the major studios, aside from Sony,
right,
are right there.
and nothing was shooting at Sony back then anyway.
Right.
They'd take
Yeah.
you over to Radford, but
Yep. And
yeah,
which was CBS Radford, also very close to the Oakwood
yeah,
apartments.
yeah. So somebody needs to do. Nobody would talk about it. Nobody would talk
Oh,
about the
there
real
there will
stuff.
be a documentary about the Oakwood apartments for sure.
Somebody's gonna do it. Somebody's got to
It'll
do it.
happen. Let's
I
do it,
remember, yeah,
Curtis.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing, dude, I don't know if you're aware, but you've opened up the perfect opportunity for me to pitch my own production company right here. We have so many things that we're trying to do right now, and
Okay. You got a backlog
and
going.
by so many, I mean three. There are three things we're
It's a
trying
lot.
to do.
It's a lot for a small production company to, yeah.
But Renee and I are reincorporating the company again.
And
Um,
I'm involved with the production company as well. We handle predominantly hotels and resorts.
yeah,
Um, we did like the Four Seasons, Boston and Chicago. We Chatham Bars in Cape Cod, which was a fun place to work. And yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we would love to get into narrative. That's the goal in life, is to produce our own
It turns out
material.
getting the money to do narrative is
It's
still very, very difficult.
the toughest thing next to material.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Uh, but
yeah,
uh, but
you
yeah,
you and I both have the ability to shoot feature films if we had the material and funding.
well, it's funny that you mentioned that actually, because I do think, and this won't be a surprise to folks that are paying attention to the Andal on Patreon or our Instagram feeds, but I think we need to find a reason to get you and your stuff up here for the summer. I'm doing the budgeting
I would
right
love
now
that.
for Rainbow Bridge. And if you want more information on Rainbow Bridge, you need to go into the contacts or into the doobly doo and click on the things because the information will be there. But
And by the time this one releases, we might be a
well,
lot farther along on this.
yeah, based on the schedule of what we've got. This is actually going to come out about a month after we shoot it. So
Amazing.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So
all
yeah,
right.
so we'll be in right now we're in pre-production. By then we'll be in regular pre-production and and getting ready to go. But yeah, I think it'd be nice to when we shot under five, we ended up doing really well.
And
And
Devin and I are a package deal, so you've got a shooter who's also happens to be a great DP.
which would be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Do you
would be
remember
great.
Under Five where
Yeah.
we were shooting it and acting in it?
I can't do it all. I can't do it all again. I don't wanna.
I am shocked it turned out as well as it did.
Me too.
It's actually watchable, which shouldn't be the case with no camera guys at all.
By the time
We lit
this
it
comes out,
ourselves. We shot it ourselves. We recorded sound ourselves.
that was the
Uh,
biggest mistake. That of all the things that were a
of all the
mistake,
things, yeah.
shooting the recording of sound by ourselves, that was the
No
biggest one. I will
script
never do that
supervisor
again.
slash continuity person. So you've got a clear wire in one of the shots that just popped out, and there was no way for us to know or check that because it was
Mhm.
go go go. No budget is the toughest budget to work with.
And yet, and
And yet it's
yet,
watchable.
and yet, I feel very good. I feel very good about what we got. I feel very good about what we got. And ideally, at a festival near you, if you happen to be in Portland, well, actually, I don't know. We haven't gotten all of our responses yet, so I don't know. So by the time this comes out, we will have heard about several possible festivals that we have entered. And if we're in any, I'll list those too, and you can go buy tickets, check us out. So yeah. So what is new? What is new in the life of Nate since we last recorded?
uh, Not a damn thing. Day job is happening, so I got some day job going. I don't even want to talk about that because it's just sort of soul crushing. And but it did get next month's rent paid for, which is good.
That's always
Um,
good. That's always good.
I really need to get back on the guitar, get back on the horse with that, and start doing some live internet shows.
We've been talking about this since the first
I've been
recordings.
talking about this for 6 years now,
I There's part of
since
me that's
COVID.
tempted to be like, go grab your guitar and let's just do it now.
Yeah,
Let's just do it
yeah.
now.
I think that's what I'm going to do is there's just going to be me on TikTok practicing my guitar and just have all the boo-boos in there and just I've noticed that the calluses on my fingers, my guitar playing calluses are pretty soft. So now when I play, it's like
Kind of hurts.
five, like six, 10 songs in, yeah, I'm in pain,
Yeah.
which I haven't had that happen in 15 years.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Even though I
Yeah.
haven't been playing shows or putting anything online, I'm at least playing at home, or I was, and now like all that stuff is gone, which is bizarre.
How recent
I
was
don't
that
I don't
video?
like grow my fingernails out to finger pick or anything like that. I finger pick with
Mm.
the soft parts of my fingers. So that's a non-issue really. Although there's some callus there that's definitely missing. It's a weird thing. You rely on that. The tips of my fingers were like the bottoms of my feet, basically. They were very thick calluses that give you all that padding for playing.
Well, you
And
need that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah. How recent was that video that you just posted to Instagram? Was it Instagram? You just posted you playing.
I think it was on TikTok, and I just said, "Oh, it's not on Instagram. I should throw that up there."
But how recent was that? Of the
Whew,
actual playing?
couple years.
That's a couple years old?
Yeah, probably three.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I found some other videos around that time. I'm gonna throw up there as well, some covers, which I don't typically put covers up there, but why not?
I mean, well, as someone who used to spend a lot of time in the social media industry, those do
Hmm.
very well. So
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean they're like John Prine and Tom Waits, so I don't know. I mean,
Hey, hey, there's
you know,
there's there are fans out there for everything.
hmm,
Yeah, a non-sexual version of Rule 34. Somebody out there is going to want to hear John Prine. Somebody
all
out
right,
there is going to want to hear John Wayne. So yeah,
Tom Waits, yeah,
that's
yeah,
totally what I said. That's totally what I said. Quiet you.
John Waits.
Yeah, John, actually, lead singer for the Babies, right? No,
No, I don't know that band, The Babies.
Isn't It Time was the like big classic rock hit, and then John Waits went off to.
Tom Waits, still.
No, I'm talking about John Waits now.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, oh. Yeah,
he ended up
I'm
he
not
had in
super
the
familiar.
80s he had a song called Missing You. I ain't missing you at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I clearly crossed some wires in
Totally
my head.
different guy.
Totally different guy.
People would know that song for sure.
Yes.
The Tom Waits one I did probably is unless you're a Tom Waits fan, you probably don't know that song. Although he had some hits for other people like Rod Stewart. Why am I drawing a blank on the song? We're gonna have to look that up real quick.
Okay. Okay. I am hitting internet.
Hey Siri, what Tom Waits song did Rod Stewart make famous? Downtown Train.
Oh. Oh
So
yeah. I
Rod
love that
Stewart's
song.
Downtown Train was written and obviously played by Tom Waits
That's cool.
long before.
That's a
Um,
good song.
it's a great song,
Yeah.
and if you're a fan of that Rod Stewart track, you should listen to the Tom Waits one. Do a side by side comparison because they are very different, but so much the same at the same time. It's wild.
It's
It's a
kind of
wild.
funny to me
It's a
that
fun thing to do.
Rod Stewart was considered like a pretty solid 70s rocker, like
Hmm.
rock star guy. And then
Hmm.
by the time we were growing up in the 80s, he was um like a soft rock adult contemporary
Which I
guy.
think Downtown Train fit
Kind
right
of
into
fit
that
into it.
mold of his 80s
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That and like uh bring over some of those old Motown records. We'll put the
Hmm.
speakers in the window and we'll go. I forget what that song's called though.
Great song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Radio hits, man. Radio hits
Yeah.
from the
And
80s.
people don't get to have radio hits anymore. And this is seriously old man yelling at
Yeah,
cloud, but like, we don't have a single
yeah.
culture anymore. All the people got
Video
their
killed the
niches.
radio star.
For real.
Internet killed everything. Sorry.
Everything. Ugh. Ugh. It does make it nice though to be able to kind of talk about it now this way. Um, there are having the game store. I have access to a lot of the youth,
Hmm.
and it is so interesting to see them discover things. And the way they discover things is different than the way we discovered things. Like when you and I were coming up, and I'm using this as a generalization, but I think it's important for the illustration of the story. We would like learn about Zeppelin, we'd learn about the Beatles, we'd learn about the Stones, and our parents would be like, "Yes,
Hmm.
that is a thing I grew up with.
Hmm.
I am glad that it is something for you now."
My mother was a huge Janis Joplin fan,
Right?
and that time came around for me in the high school,
And
and
there's
I
like,
got to go through all of her old LPs that she
right?
had.
And now we don't
Um,
have that physical media. So when the
mhm,
kids discover something,
mhm.
they don't initially make the connection that the older people in their lives would know it. So they
Right?
take credit for the discovery, and they're like, I just learned about this
Uh-huh.
old band that you probably never heard of. It was Stone Temple Pilots." And I'm like, "You got to be kidding me, child. I was
Yeah.
there."
And they go straight to the radio hits, you
Uh-huh.
know? Yep.
Uh-huh. I'm sure you've never heard this song, but it's called Vaseline. Yeah, no, I know the song. I know the
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
I had it on replay on my CD player stereo set
Hmm.
thing. Yeah.
Also, we used to pass around mixtapes,
Yeah.
and that was a big way I learned about music I hadn't that wasn't necessarily on my radar or on the radio. Was somebody would own the cassette and they would record a track for you and say, "Oh, you need to listen to this, and this." Make you a
Mm-hmm.
mixtape. If they were really good friends, it would be front and back, and
Mm-hmm.
you'd have
Mm-hmm.
a whole. It would open your mind to a whole bunch of new stuff
I
or
got
old stuff.
anything. Yeah.
Hmm.
Renee still has a bunch of the burned CDs from one of her best friends when we were still working at Disney.
Hmm.
And it's just a bunch of songs that her friend Karen liked and was like, "You should listen to these."
Yeah.
And
And you
yeah,
also got to keep in mind, burnable CDs didn't come out till way, way
way
later.
later.
So somebody would have a brand new CD, you were still getting a mixtape
Yep,
cassette.
yep, yep. I got my love of like a lot of goth music from a girl named Beatrix who was in high school with me, and she dropped me a mixtape of all kinds of really good stuff.
Mhm.
And I held on to that and wore it out until uh until I didn't have a tape player anymore.
Yeah.
Like, and my Jeff, who you know from Under Five, and the people would know as an author of such famous books as The Symptoms of Being Human and The Lightness of Hands. Um, he and I used to make whole tape albums, and then we would title them and
Yep.
make album art for them
Yep.
and pass those between each other. And he used to get so mad at me. He'd be like, "All of your tapes are just like the 10 songs that you like right now." And then you repeat it the next time. And I'm like, "Oh, I add new things." So
What was the first cassette tape that you purchased brand new that you or first cassette tapes you can think of that you
mm.
purchased brand new from the store?
Oh, actually, I remember exactly the first cassette that I bought that wasn't an album, and it was Adam Ant's uh, uh, the album that had uh, uh, Wages
I
at
had a
Control.
man. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
because I had bought albums
he
before.
he wasn't on my radar for, or they weren't on my radar for a long time.
It I am very grateful to my parents for the musical education that they gave me
Hmm.
because they did not censor anything that I heard.
Yeah, me neither.
And my mom was really into R&B and Prince and stuff like
Hmm.
that. And my dad was really into guitar rock. And so I got a full measure of everything. Um, Room at the Top, that was the name of the song. I bought that album. That was my first tape. But then I had a pretty solid tape collection after that. I had all of REM's albums on up to whatever was released at the time, through
Hmm.
Out of Time. Out of Time was the last tape I bought of theirs because then I got CDs after that. But yeah, how about you? What was your first tape?
Uh, very first was Tears for Fears,
Oh, which the songs from the Big Chair?
songs from the Big Chair. My very second one was Run DMC Raising Hell
Yeah.
and Beastie Boys License to Ill.
That's a solid selection.
Those are my very first three cassette tapes. And I held on to those for at least 25 years.
Well, sure.
I only lost them fairly recently in like the last decade
Mm. Was it to a move or did you actually
to
just
a
like
move,
purpose? Yeah,
to a move.
yeah, that was rough.
I had a box with old cassette tapes, and a lot of them were old mixtapes that I
Yeah,
had that
yeah.
had like stuff from my cousin, like Judas Priest and AC/DC, and you know,
That
uh,
was good stuff.
oh, and
I mean, it's still good, but
Guns N'
like,
Roses' Appetite for Destruction was another cassette tape.
okay. When Use Your
Those were my
Illusion
first
came
ones.
out, were you part of the hustle and grab for Use Your Illusion 1 and 2?
I was, and I also went to the concert. It was Guns N' Roses and Metallica touring together, and I actually worked at the Metrodome slinging hot dogs
No
to get
kidding.
to get into the concert.
Wow.
So I got the job. I started slinging hot dogs, and then about three songs in, I ditched the job and just sat in an empty chair in the Metrodome and watched Guns N' Roses and Metallica.
Nice.
And I
Nice.
did this exact same thing when Prince, I think it uh, was there an album with or a tour with Glam something in the title? I know Glam Slam was his bar, but
I am legitimately feeling bad now that I
oh,
know what that
Diamonds
is.
and Pearls.
Oh,
What
okay. Okay.
was
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
album title?
Yes, that was the album title.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I also worked at the Metrodome during his Diamonds and Pearls tour, so I
That
could see
was
Prince.
that new Power Generation stuff was pretty insane.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh
I
man.
loved it.
Yeah.
He had a dancer that how can I show this? He swung a leg out forward, and then when he swung it backwards, he flipped all the way over and landed flat on his back. It
Wow.
was the craziest thing I ever seen. And then just
That's
started like bouncing on the floor like this. Uh, and I got to see that I think that was the Metrodome as well. Um,
nice.
and Prince being from Minnesota himself, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Everything went wrong after Bowie and Prince died.
Mhm.
Yeah. And to end on a bummer note, what was your first cassette tape if you ever had one? Are you too young to remember cassette tapes in the first place or use them? They had a resurgence like a few
Yeah.
years ago when we
These
were shooting
kids
on the
are
five. They had a
buying
resurgence.
buying cassette tapes and they're
Yeah,
buying VCRs, and
they're getting
yeah,
physical media
they're
again.
starting to learn the value of holding it in your hand and seeing the cover art and unfolding it and reading along the lyrics.
That was that is one of the things that I miss the most, although Lyric Genius does a pretty good job of stuff. But seeing it actually printed from the official source
Hmm.
of what it is. Alien Ant Farm's cover
How I
of
learned the
well,
songs,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. How else would you? How else would you? You had to define. I can't tell you how many words I've gotten wrong
Yeah,
over the decades, and been confident,
yeah,
confident that they were right, and they were
yeah.
not.
Not
Yeah,
at all. Yeah.
no. Okay, okay. On that note, we have officially crested our time.
All right.
Yes, we've done good work today.
Yeah, I
Congratulations.
think we didn't just talk about the weather.
No, no.
We had some interesting topics in there and some nostalgia.
And I am going to save my bullet points that I made for this show for next week.
And we'll see if we get through one of
We'll see
them.
if we can-
But I think we got the nostalgia in there.
Yeah, we got some showbiz stories.
we got some showbiz stories,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think we got the substance that we're known for at this point.
And if you would like early access, please don't forget to visit the Patreon and sign up for one of the levels, or sign up for free. You're gonna get stuff eventually.
There's
You're
gonna
gonna
be
get stuff there
stuff.
too. There's
Yeah.
always stuff. And you can find our socials. Well, socials. You can find our Instagrams down below. And I have a Substack that comes out once a month. And yeah,
And
good
I
times.
don't, because I still don't know what a Substack is.
Substack is a newsletter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that just like an email? Wouldn't that just be like
It is.
being on the
It's an
email
email newsletter.
list?
Yeah.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's it. But
All right.
it's formatted like a blog to make it fancier so you don't immediately delete it.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My read
Okay.
rate is really great. It's like 67%. Do you know what the average
That's
read
awesome.
rate is for email marketing?
I don't know, 10%?
No, it's not. Actually, 10% is good. Anything over 11% is considered good. So like if you get a 12 to 13% read rate, you're kicking ass. Um, the average
That's
open rate,
sad.
yeah, yeah, I know, right? It's insane. It's insane that you get that many emails, but it's one of the most effective marketing methods still in existence is
Okay.
email marketing.
So
Um,
what is the actual number?
about 3%. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The nice thing about a newsletter is that people sign up for it so they know it's coming.
Hmm.
So it's not unusual to have an open
It's
rate
not
over
unusual.
65%.
Is that available on the Patreon as well? The Substack, are those
Substack is its own
incorporated
platform.
together?
It's its
Okay.
own platform. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
But Patreon also works the same way because you get an email when we put up a thing.
I love how your critter is still there behind you.
I purposely put Mike here in the back so that he will always be present.
Okay.
There will be other art on the wall. I'm very excited to get the rest of my art on the wall. It's literally right there in a stack waiting to be hung. But
Nice. We've changed some things here too. This
I
used to
really,
be a stack. My drums were all stacked up here, my drum kit, and then it was the Christmas tree,
yes,
and now it's Natania's little work corner. So it's she's done the decor now.
I really
Um,
like that oval frame with
I know,
the
right?
fairy doll head. It's a really cool though. I
Well,
like
that's
that.
a Mark Ryden original there.
That makes sense because
Uh,
she's a big Mark Ryden fan. Yeah.
and the frame, oh, big time.
Yeah.
And the frame, Home Goods, man. We went shopping specifically for frames and art, and yeah, I picked that one out.
Good job. Good
Thank
job.
you.
You and I have similar
I'm
tastes.
proud of
That's why we
myself.
get along.
Oh yeah, we're basically the same person.
That gets creepy. Okay, okay, we're really gonna go now.
We're really
Leave
done.
leave comments down below, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, everybody, so much for watching and hanging out with us. Do the likings and the subscribings on the YouTube. Come check us out on Patreon if you'd like to support. That would be great. We've also got merch available. Take it away, Curtis.
We're gonna take a look at the merch in the link in the show notes or the description down below. Also, want to give out a big warm shout out to our VIP patron, Lyle at the Halloween Podcast. Thank you very much for your support. And if you would like to follow Nate and I, you can do that on Instagram because it's the only social media we care about.